Hello guys, welcome back to the FX Academy, and it's been a while without us uploading, but honestly it's not all about the speed at which we are uploading. It's about you being having the real concept, like us giving you the real concept that will be helping you out in the real market. So basically today we shall be learning about support and resistance, or what we call demand and supply, and this is one of the fundamental and very crucial part in trading. Whether you are a smart money concept trader or a price action trader, we all use support and resistance, or demand and supply. So when you get this concept, it's one of the best thing that a trader would ever need and in any other business. So let's dive in without wasting time. And today, support and resistance, or demand and supply. So we shall start with the support, or what we call demand. And basically, this is an area where price tends to stop falling and buyers start pushing the market upwards. In other words, a demand is a zone where a downtrend is rejected from moving or from falling downwards, and then prices are pushed upwards to an uptrend. So basically you can see that we had an uptrend, a downtrend, with a series of lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. But eventually we had a zone here, and this is a demand zone. In simple terms, a demand zone is a zone where buying orders are accumulating, and hence by the time sellers are moving down the prices, they get to a point where they are exhausted. And at that point, if at all they made such a zone where orders or buying orders are many in accumulation, then they cannot resist price moving downwards, and basically buyers step in and push prices higher. As we can see here, prices were pushed higher and broke with a recent lower high, hence making a market structure break. A market structure break, when it forms, definitely we all know that the structure has been broken, as from now it's changing from a downtrend to an uptrend. We have another scenario where prices are rejected and then they retest the zone. Like, you need to know where the market has broken. Like, for example, in this scenario, prices were moving in a series of lower low and lower high, which means it's a downtrend, and they got from here they got rejected and prices moved upwards. But at times prices tend to come and test the zone to see if the zone is held, is still standing, like it's a solid zone. Now at times they come and break on retest. At times they break again the zone. We shall see that in the later on minutes at the end of the video. But right now, prices can come and get rejected. So as a trader, you do not consider a market structure break before prices break the recent lower high that created the deepest lower low. So in these two scenarios, after you seeing this as a trader, you do not bump in immediately. We just need to first see a break of structure, or a market structure break, so that we can wait for a simple retest, because we know prices, by the time they break the structure, then prices are going high and we cannot enter the market when the prices are high. We need prices to first come and in the discount zone, like we get a discount and then go in. Like for example, they will retest. They can do a retest. A simple pullback, maybe to a fair value gap, and then we go in. Likewise to this, after us having a market structure break, definitely prices like 90% prices will always come to an imbalance or a fair value gap, and then we always enter from there and target. For example, prices will always make a pullback to the recent either on an order break, order broke, or a fair value gap, and then we enter from there and target very well. For example, we could have entered from here and target the recent lower high. The recent lower high. Put the stop loss slightly below the zone, and we can always go in. Basically, that's the demand and supply zone, and that's how we trade it. And in the next video, we shall be seeing how because this is a theory, and we shall be seeing the practical examples in details. Secondly, let's talk about the resistance. The resistance is now like, for example, you are in the house and then the roof, that's the resistance. Like if you're having a ball and it's bouncing, it can't go outside the house because you're having a roof. It always bounce between the roof and the floor. The floor is the support. So a resistance, or what we call a supply, is an area where price tends to stop rising and sellers begin pushing prices down. In other words, prices are moving high, like from here, prices are moving high and high, like it's an uptrend. Prices are raising, and then definitely, at a certain point, prices are very high, and then sellers come in. Not always sellers who want to sell products when the prices are high in the market so that they also make profits. So they come in, place a lot of orders here in a zone, but by the time they press orders, buyers are already getting exhausted, because from here we can see that they've made multiple breakouts of structures, and the trend is very strong. So meaning that they can't fight against these pending selling orders. Definitely prices will get rejected, and sellers will push these prices downwards with huge momentum. But all what we want to see us is a market structure break, so that we know that the structure has been broken. And then we are having another scenario where prices will break, like will get rejected, but if they do not break the structure immediately, they will tend to retest the zone to see if the zone is holding. Like buyers will tend to test the zone if they can break it. But if the zone is solid, they will definitely fail to break it again, and then sellers will push these prices again downwards, hence breaking the structure. And when they break the structure, most of the time, like 80%, we leave other zones like imbalances, fair value gaps. So, and all we need is to see is prices coming to test this zone again. Like we'll be having a premium zone so that we can enter from there, like that. So definitely even here, prices moving with huge momentum, they will definitely leave an imbalance in the market, or what we call a fair value gap. And then definitely, as a trader, you do not bump in immediately, not to be stopped out. All you need to see is a simple pullback to the imbalance or another block, then you go in. So from there, we shall always enter at the top of the zone or the imbalance, and then slightly below the imbalance, and target the recent higher low. And that's how we trade that. And then we're having another scenario. This is the scenario, or the concept. It's called the low reversal concept. And this is one of the most important concepts, my nigga. This thing, let me just first explain it. The low reversal concept. When prices gets when support gets broken, when the support, for example, let's assume we are having, let me see, we had a support here, and we had a resistance there. Like, let me put the resistance in red. So this is the concept. Like, a moment, let me just this a little bit. Like, the concept is this: like, when support gets broken, when the support gets broken, it can turn into resistance. For example, this is our support. Like, now, if prices come moving downwards, like they tried on retest, they broke the retest, then they break the support. When they break the support, definitely we shall be having a retest to the support. Now, we can clearly see that prices came, and first of all they got rejected as a support, and then on retest they broke the support. When they broke the support, that means they created another support downwards. They created another support downwards. You get, I don't know if you're getting this, but they created another support downwards. Then the recent support that was broken has now turned into a resistance. This is the meaning of this statement, that when the support gets broken, it can turn into resistance. And when the resistance is broken, like, if the resistance is broken, it can turn into support. Now, for example, here is our support. Now, if prices come, like, they get rejected here, then on a retest they break in this. Now, when they break this support, they will again retest the zone if it's holding before it moves up. Now, when they retest, now this becomes it has turned from a resistance into now a support. Let's see that in details. How does support turns into resistance? Here is a normal thing, like it got, like the zone, the support zone got like it holded. But there's scenarios when the prices move, you see now they're moving in series of lower and lower high, then they got rejected from here. At first went up, got rejected again, went again, and then retesting back, they broke the zone, the demand or the support zone. Here was our breakout from here. But we saw that prices always have to test the zone again. Like, they need to make a pullback to give us a discount, in a premium zone as the sellers. So basically, when they retest, now this turns into the resistance. This is the retest, and then when the resistance again holds, like there is a rejection, and then we have had a confirmation, then we know that we need to sell very well. So how does this concept help us? The concept helps us that if you put a demand zone and it never holds, you do not need to erase it or remove it. You just, that zone is still hopeful on retests as a trader. And then we are having another concept where resistance turns into support. Now we've had a series of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then we got here, it was a resistance. We got rejected, but on retest to see if the zone is holding, the zone never holded as resistance. We broke, but it managed to hold as a support again. So you do not need to break that zone. This is one of the most useful concepts in trading. So you just wait for retest and then you go in the market. So hope guys you've understood this concept. You just need a little bit of practice. So in the next video, I'm going to open real chart example so that you see how we trade all these concepts. So if you haven't subscribed and you're very new here, please subscribe to the channel. And actually I would like to thank guys that have been subscribing, because this is a new channel and it's growing very fast. Thank you for the subscription and the engagement. Let's catch you in the next video, which will be about the real support and resistance chart example. Thank you.